What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Cardboard Cane. We're here today with another master set for you today. It's Temporal Forces. Very, very nice set. Sort of like an Evolving Skies 1.5 for myself. We're going to be using a Palms Off 12 pocket binder and, as usual, the Dragon Shield Blue Classic sleeves for every card inside the set. Now, going forward, we're going to be setting our binder with the non-holo first, followed by the reverse holo, and then the holo and the reverse holo where possible, along with any variants, and I'll let you know where to get the variants as we're going along. So, starting off, we have Scyther, Pineco, Seedot, Nuzleaf, Shiftry, and Shroomish. Breloom, Roselia, Roserad, Turtwig, Grottle into Torterra EX, and then into Shaman, Cottony, Whimsicott, Dealing, Soulsbuck, Grubbin, Delmise, and continuing on. The reverse holo Delmise there. Bramblin, Bramblegast, Scovillain EX, Relor, Rabscar, Ironleaves EX. Now into the fire Pokemon, we've got Ponyta, Rapidash, Slugma, Macago, Victini, Heatmore, Litten. Into the reverse holo Litten, Torracat, Incineroar EX, Turtonator, Slizzipede, Centiskorch, followed by the Gouging Fire EX. Now moving into our water Pokemon, we have Totodile, Croconaw, and this is where you're going to get your first variant. This is a non-holo for alligator that you can get from the Temporal Forces build and battle decks. You can usually go and pretty much pick them up from a pre-release event near you for any set that's coming out. With the next one being Twilight Masquerade coming up very, very shortly. Followed by the holo and reverse holo for Alligator, Carnivore, Sharpedo, Keldeo, Snom, Frostmoth, Wiglet, Finizen, Palafin, and Walking Wake EX. Into the electric Pokemon we have Pikachu, Raichu, Electabuzz, Electfire, Charjabug, Vikavolt, followed by Zeraora onto the next page, right here. Yamper, Boltund, Wugtrio EX, Iron Hands, and this is where your second build and battle exclusive is going to come from. This is the non-holo Iron Fawns, followed by the holo and reverse holo Iron Fawns. Into the psychic Pokemon, we've got Mr. Mime, Marill, Azumarill, Girafarig, Latias, Bronzor, Bronzong, onto the next page. Solicus, Duosion. That word just completely ridiculous. Yeah, you know what it is. Elegem, Eglem, Elgem. Jeez, these words. Beheem, Cutiefly, Ribombi. Now you're going to notice there's two spaces here. This is a these are some standard set Screamtails. I've left this part here open because there's a box coming out, I believe, on June the 5th. I think it's it's one of the collector's chests. It's the collector's chest for 2024. It should have like an Iron Thorns and I think an Iron Valiant on the front of it. They have two promos in there, or rather two foil variants. So the foil variants you're going to be getting is the Screamtail and the one down here. But I'll get to that one when we get to it. And then, obviously as well, this is I think I've worked to our third non-holo variant. This is a Fluttermane from, again, the Build and Battle sets. Holo, reverse holo, Iron Valiant, and I've left the spot here because in that same collector's box, you have two of the foil variants. So I'm basically sort of giving you a setup for your binder. So as you're going along, you can set it out to sort of future-proof it. It won't really matter though in like a couple years time once they finish reprinting all the reprint stamped holo variants for Scarlet Violet. I'm going to be redoing these videos again anyway. And the sets are going to be much larger by that point. So moving on, we've got the other Iron Valiant, an Iron Crown EX. And moving into our fighting Pokemon, we have Meditite, Medicham, Relicanth. Oh, sorry. This is our fourth non-holo exclusive. This one almost escaped me. And I kind of just noticed that it was in the pre-release build and battle kits. So there's a non-holo Relicanth that you can get from the build and battle decks. Drilbur, Exadrill, Golett, Golurk, Rockruff, Lycanroc, and Mudbray. Mudsdale, Rolycoly, Carkol, and Colossal. Great Tusk, followed by a secondary Great Tusk. Please don't make the mistake of missing out on one of your Great Tusks here, because I was going to say earlier on that the sets finally stopped putting in multiple versions of the same Pokemon, but in this instance, not so much. Followed by Sandy Shocks and Iron Boulder EX. Now into our Darkness Pokemon, we have Ekans, Arbok, Ghastly, Haunter, and Gengar EX. So as you can see, the way the set is going, it's actually pretty nice. It keeps on it keeps misaligning, but then very quickly realigning to make the set look really nice. Puccina, Mightyena, Sableye, and Farigiraf. I said it right that time. No, actually, I said the other one wrong. That one I can do, the other one I can't. We've got Roaring Moon here. I feel like eventually there's going to be a variant for this one. Of all the Pokemon that there's probably going to be a variant, it's going to be one. It's going to be for these guys here. But no matter, because a little bit later on I'll explain it. I've actually left a spot open specifically for it, so the rest of the book lines up. Moving into our Metal Pokemon, we've got Forretress, Scizor EX, Mawile, Beldum, Metang, Metagross, Meltan, and Melmetal. Followed by Iron Treads, and into our Dragon Pokemon. Now, this is where it starts to get a little bit... yeah, you've already probably noticed it. So, first up, we've got the non-holo variant from the Build and Battle boxes for Koraidon, followed by its holo variant, followed by its reverse holo variant, followed by the EB Games promotion that you get here in Australia and New Zealand, so any overseas people, you're going to have to order them in. And then for us Australians, we've got the GameStop promotional version. So they're not stamped as a Black Star promo, so they're considered variants. So for those that want to go that little bit and beyond, these are your variants. So you'll have 5 different Koraidon variants, followed by Koraidon EX. And the same with Miraidon. We've got a non-holo Miraidon from the Build and Battle deck, followed by the holo, followed by the reverse holo, followed by the Best Buy promo exclusive. Of course, again, if you're Australian based, you're going to have to order those in as well. The earlier the better as well, mind you, because unfortunately, these 2 cards are highly playable at the moment in competitive, so those obviously bring up the premium, as you would say, on these cards. Followed by Miraidon EX and Raging Bolt EX. Moving into our colorless, Lickitung, Licky, Hoot Hoot, Noctowl, and Dunsparce. And continuing on to the next page, we have the Dunsparce, Skitty, Delcatty, Chatot, Pidove, Tranquil, Unpheasant, Minccino, Cinccino, Drampa, Iron Jugulus, and into our first energies, the Ancient Booster Energy Capsule. Now, you would have seen this card a few times already. I believe it came in the Roaring Moon EX box and also in Paradox Rift, so don't get them mixed up. They may be variants, but they're from completely different sets, so technically not a Master Set variant. Moving on to the rest of the trainers, we start off with Awakening Drum, Bianca's Devotion, Boxed Order, Buddy Buddy Poffin, Cypher Maniac's Code Breaking, Airy, Explorer's Guidance, Full Metal Lab, Future Booster Energy Capsule, which is also the same thing as what I talked about with the Ancient Booster Energy Capsule, Hand Trimmer, Heavy Baton, followed by the A-Specs of Hero's Cape, Master Ball, and Maximum Belt. Kind of annoys me that they didn't put all the A-Specs in one pocket. It's... Whoever's out there doing this at the Pokemon Company, stop. Please. We've got Morty's Conviction, Perilous Jungle, Prime Catcher, Reboot, Rescue Board, Saboteur, Mist Energy, and then it caps it off with a lone A-Spec on the other page. Now, I put one spacer here for 2 reasons. One, because I feel like there's going to be a variant coming out very soon in the pre-part of the set. And also so that I could line up the ARs a lot nicer. So, for example, I'll explain. So if we had these back 1, Shiftry would be here, Groddle would be here, Dealing would be here, then Sawsbuck would be there. And I feel like that's a very, very... That's a tragedy. It's a tragedy, and that's not a tragedy I'm going to commit. So I've put one of the trainer tip cards from the Build and Battle decks in here to act as a spacer. You can do how you will. This is obviously how I've set mine out. It lines up with the book very well in the end, and just in general, it has lined up very well. That is your choice. For those out there that are really hard stuck and want to actually do it how it is, then you can move it back. But then, yeah, I'm not too sure how it lines up if you don't put all the variants into the book, so it might actually look a little bit better without having to put this in, but I'm not too certain. So, getting into our IRs, we've got Shift Tree, Grottle, Dealing, accompanied by the combination of Sawsbuck, Bittern, Snom, Chargerbug, Bronzor, Ryu Nicholas. Okay. Cutie Pie? Cutie Fly. Sorry. Relicanth, Excadrill, Mudsdale, Arbok, Ghastly, which is one of the more expensive IRs in this set, so if you got yours early or pulled it, congratulations. Metagross, Meltan, Lickitung, Chatot, Minccino, and Cinccino, which is a reason why I did what I did earlier. Although, even if we did it back all the way, these ones would align here. But then, yeah. And then it finishes off the IRs on the perfect note of Drampa, which is kind of... You can see why I did it now. It kind of... There was more positives than the slight little space of negative. Now, moving into our full arts, we've got Torterra, Iron Leaves, Incineroar, Gouging Fire, Walking Wake, the Wugtria EX Terra, which, again, I'm going to say it, I wish they just kept these all bunched up, but they did not. Iron Crown EX, Iron Boulder, Gengar, Farigiraffe EX, Scizor, and Raging Bolt. They could have kept these all together too, which is strange. I don't know why they didn't do this one, this one, this one, this one all together and had these as the same. I don't know. It's strange. It's weird. It's Pokemon. And then as you can see on the next page, it starts the full art trainers perfectly as well, like on a new page, which is really, really cool. Bianca's Devotion, Cypher Maniac's Code Breaking, Airy, Explorer's Guidance, Morty's Conviction, and Saboteur. I don't know if it's Saboteur or Saboteur. Someone can correct me below. And then moving into our old arts for the Pokemon, we have Iron Leaves EX, Gouging Fire EX, Walking Wake EX, Iron Crown EX, Iron Boulder EX, and Raging Bolt EX. And again, this book seems to be lining up perfectly almost at every turn. We start off with the old arts for the traders. So we start off with Bianca's Devotion, Airy, Morty's Conviction, and Salvatore. Now moving into the last parts for our Hyper Res. I think these are Secret Res? Between this long, I still don't know. Goldie Boys. We have Iron Leaves, Gouging Fire, Walking Wake, Iron Crown, Iron Boulder, and Raging Bolt. And that does it for the set. Now, I didn't include the Build and Battle promos into this book because they weren't really cut from the set. If there was anything I was going to include, I'd probably include the IR from the ETBs, but I actually haven't opened an ETB yet. I'm waiting for my Pokemon Center one to come along. That being said, for those out there, because I've gotten into that habit of including the promo that comes from the ETBs because they're cut cards from the actual set, you could, in theory, if you really wanted to, have that as your spacer. Because it makes sense, it looks a lot nicer, and it would still line up exactly the same way as my book, but you'd have one more extra card to look at. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that it's helped you out, and I hope you're having as much fun opening these packs as I have. Catch you guys in the next one. Hopefully we knock Twilight Masquerade out of the park. Take it easy, guys.